Spain is a land of castles. From the mountains of central Spain to the Mediterranean coast, castles dominate the landscape. But there is one castle, the castle of Santa Catalina, that played a unique part in the history of Jehovah's Witnesses in Spain. This castle, that guards the entrance to the harbour of Cadiz in southern Spain, became a military prison over 2 centuries ago, and this fortress tested the faith of around 300 Spanish witnesses. The battle began in the 1960s, when Spain was ruled by General Franco, a military dictator. Franco wanted all Spanish men to serve the fatherland, and this meant military service. But in Spain, there were Jehovah's Witnesses, whose conscience said no. So this castle became a battleground where Franco's military regime fought to stamp out the Christian conscience of those young witnesses. But times have changed in Spain. The city of Cadiz has organized an exhibition to salute the sacrifice made by those valiant witnesses. Over 40 years after their release, some of those conscientious objectors have returned to Cadiz to attend this exhibition. At the inauguration, the mayor described them as citizens who spoke up, who presented arguments against the injustice, arguments based on peace, freedom, and above all, their conscience. Those who spent years of their lives behind bars have vivid memories of the times when this castle was their prison.
I think one of the greatest challenges was never knowing if we would be granted our freedom. Our first sentence was for 3 years. And since we still refused to enlist in the military, we were then sentenced again for another lengthy period. So it seemed as if we had a life sentence. We organized daily activities to keep us busy. Mornings, we worked at our trades to earn a little money. Afternoons, we set aside for spiritual activities. Our preaching was done mainly by writing letters. And in this way, some of us could even pioneer. A few people did reply to our letters, and we were thrilled to hear that some of these accepted the truth. Of course, we also preached to other prisoners, and a few of them became baptized witnesses. We also studied the Bible thoroughly, both individually and as a group, which proved vital in building us up spiritually. At first, we had to study our literature secretly, but later, the guards allowed us to have the Bible and other publications. As our numbers grew, all the witnesses were kept together in the same place, in the same barracks, so we could organize meetings. We even held assemblies, including the biblical dramas. And we loved singing kingdom songs. These songs really lifted up our spirits. We really felt Jehovah's loving care when the brothers came to visit us. We even had a special visit from Brother Grand Suta of the governing body. But there were also other visits that we really looked forward to.
Many of the brothers endured years of separation from their families and fiancés. This was a real test, but these faithful sisters wholeheartedly supported their neutral stand.
They were years that molded me spiritually. I studied the Bible as I had never done before. I developed the skills as a public speaker and as an overseer. Above all, it was a time in my life when I learned to rely totally on Jehovah. Thanks to my fervent prayers, he became my closest friend, and he never let me down. That was priceless.
The firm stand of those witnesses gave a powerful testimony in Cadiz and throughout Spain. The run-down military prison that once tested their faith has been restored. It is now a tourist attraction and a cultural center. But while the castle has changed, the faith of those valiant witnesses has not. The castle certainly tested them, but they fought a fine fight for the faith. And with Jehovah's help, they won the battle. 40 years later, their victory is still giving a witness to Jehovah's name.